Hi guys. All right, so Leos. You were always intended to get a video today, but someone was like, "Please, if you're gonna get a Leo," and I was like, "Let me squeeze one in right now." And then tonight I'll be doing other zodiacs. Let's see. So now we are in the midst of our wolf moon, by the way. So that may add some dimension to this. We start out with the Magician. Oh, and this is Year of the Dragon, and we see this is Leo's year. We see a magician that is manifesting this entire year. Everything that happens is going to be so. Let me put it this way: this could be a year where our Leo is going to need to be mindful of how they manifest. We don't want to call in negative stuff. We want to call in the best stuff for oneself, because this is a year where they can make anything happen. It's a year of dynamic energy. It's a year of great progress, great action taking. Knight of Wands. It's a year where, and this could feel very unexpected. This could be a Leo who's like, I don't think so. I don't got any plans that are big plans. Well, Knight of Wands doesn't make plans, comes up suddenly. Things happen. And each quarter of the year, because I always look at the Knight of Wands as somebody that passionately rides to the north and they see what's out there, and then they come back to center, and then they passionately ride to the west and to the east and to the south, and they look in all different quadrants. So it could be that either each month there's going to be a really high spot, a really something big that happens, or each quarter there could be something really big that happens. It all depends on if it's northeast, west, south, or if it also includes, southeast, southwest, northeast, northwest. Then it could be, almost like, every other month or something. Something fabulous or something meaningful or something big happens. I feel like if our character is saying, "Oh, I don't really think that there's that much coming up," this might be the indicator that our Leo should start thinking about what they want and really setting reasonable goals for themselves. And maybe that's it. Break it down into little bite sizes. Okay, I've kind of been thinking I wanted to try my hand at this. Okay, then make that happen. Set aside one day, 1 month to go make some phone calls, find out about something, gather some information. Just so that the Leo doesn't have a bunch of hopes, wishes, dreams, and goals that they never took any action on. Collecting data, collecting information is useful. It's not like, everything that we say we want to do is something we're going to follow through with, because sometimes we don't know enough about it until we get started on it, and then we change our mind, and there's nothing wrong with that. But it kind of feels like this Leo is going to, or needs to, set little, ask themselves, what is it that I'd like to do? Anything under the sun. Sit down and write down the list of anything and everything that they want to try out this year, whether that's business, whether that's career, whether that's hobby, whether that's personal life goal, whether that's, and it could be something as simple as, I want to learn. I'll use one of my life goals right now. I want to make really good pad thai. I've been playing around with dishes and I can't get it right yet. I'm still working on it. That I want this year to be able to make the best pad thai. Why? I don't know. I like pad thai, and it's hard to find good pad thai. So I want to make my best, and I want to learn to do it. And it shouldn't be that hard, but man, is it hard for me. um, so maybe it's something simple. That's one goal, and maybe a character says, "No, I'm going to try this out for." I'll buy all the ingredients and I'll keep making batches of it, small batches of it. I'll make every night of 1 week. I'll attempt it again. Granted, we may not even like pad thai by the time we're done, but I'm just using that as a silly example, right? I'm not saying that's what this character is doing. They probably have much bigger things. But whatever our character wants to accomplish, they should set a goal to explore every single month. Put some energy toward the thing that they actually want every single month, just so they are developing a repertoire of knowledge. We have a Six of Swords. It's going to help our character move forward. We have the Justice card, and we have the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. Our Leo is simultaneously moving away, possibly from a Libra or from someone who they think it was kind of a poisonous thing. This could be a very heavy memory right now on our character's mind during this full moon, because you notice the moon is there behind our Justice character here. I think that this Leo is saying during this full moon, I really need to, maybe this is why the method that could help them move on from the thoughts of someone who hurt them or something that did them dirty something that has never come back in and apologized, something that has never tried to make it right with them. I think for the Leo to no longer like ruminate over that, especially if this is a deep memory, the moon represents things that are deeper, that are coming to the surface. If our character still kind of is like, I can't quite believe that they could act like that and they never tried to make it right. It's just, I'm flabbergasted. Who does that? Well, it's time for the Leo in this story. Please know I'm not talking about you or telling you what you must do. But in this story, for this character, it would behoove them to move on from the person or the situation that caused them grief and no longer wonder, will they ever give some kind of an offer? Will they ever try to make it right? It doesn't mean that they won't ever. It just means that our Leo probably needs to not ever bother thinking about that with their precious energy, because they've got all these other amazing things to put their energy toward. And that would be an energy sink, you know, thing, a memory of something that somebody did that hurt us and wondering, are they ever, how could they leave it like that? How could you leave that kind of a, like abominable behavior? And then it's like, let me be the one who leaves that battlefield of my mind alone, because that person hasn't come in. They haven't tried to fix it. Why would I even think that they're going to? Maybe that's not the way that person is. It's also time to listen to the guide. Okay, so this Leo, first off, somebody might start watching like a fashionista, or someone who could be quite like gregarious, quite sexy, someone who is inspirational to the Leo, that will be a part of like one more, I'll say, arm of their manifestation and their power and their pursuit of the things that they want in life. They may discover that like I don't know if it's an influencer or something like that, but if there's like a particular person who dresses in a particular way or does makeup and hair in a particular way, and Leo's like, I love that vibe, I love that style, I love what that person projects, I would like to see how they're doing things that makes them come across in this way, because I like that they're an inspiration. This could be like a, there's lots of different, amazing speakers or amazing, like I say, maybe it's this Leo was really into fashion, hair, makeup, whatever it is. It's an area of interest, whatever that may be. But there's a little bit more to it. It's like, wow, I'm really inspired by the way that particular person does things. And on one hand, this is not like Leo's looking for a guru to lead them. Leos don't tend to follow, but we all get inspiration. And I'm going to say that whoever is acting as like a guide in this case, for the Leo, it could be someone that represents like a really great and powerful individual, someone who stands for something. I mean, there have been many, many people that stand for things, Martin Luther King, remarkable human being with a remarkable message. And it's why we remember that individual, that's a beautiful person to be inspired by, those kinds of things. That's what I mean when I say it doesn't have to be an influencer, but it's someone who shows some kind of beautiful power, a beautiful grace. And if that's the inspiration that the Leo chooses to think more about, instead of thinking about an ex who did us wrong, or instead of thinking about someone who has been unfair, instead we say, screw the people that aren't being nice or aren't being fair and aren't even sorry about it. Let me instead fill my mind with thoughts of people that are terrific inspirations. I personally really like a lot of the inspirational, well, they're not meant to be inspirational quotes. It's just the things that like Voltaire had to say. They're wonderful. Like I really admire great thinkers, and I admire those kinds of things, So sometimes in words, in, written, messages and things like that, there's a lot of really beautiful, the strength of the human spirit comes through from the people that we consider heroes. And I mean, ideally, I would think that those are the people that give us the best inspiration. I mean, yeah, it's totally fine to be inspired by artists and, hair and makeup and all that stuff too. It doesn't mean that that somehow is unworthy because it's not. They haven't made momentous change in society like Martin Luther King. I'm saying inspiration can come from a lot of different avenues, but it is inspirational guiding light that is helping our character to put their focus on, why am I manifesting for myself? Why am I not giving my energy to a situation or to the memories of someone who was unfair and who hurt me? Why? Because I want to manifest. And so let me fill instead my mind with inspirational ideas, quotes, artistic things that make me think of my own, not to copy people, but to feel inspired to do something uniquely my own. That is more where the Leo is at. They need to be surrounded by and follow pathways that will continuously make them feel like they have greater freedom and greater truth in their life, and cut themselves away from memories of things that are holding them back. So this Leo is ready to, they're on fire. Let me just ask, I'm sorry I have to do this, but let me ask what happens with whatever the unfair situation was that the Libra scales there. We have the Chariot. I kind of figured. So something is going on with whomever did them dirty. Whether it, that Justice card, whether it was a Libra or whether it was someone else, doesn't necessarily matter. Now we have Cancerian, but you notice they are riding dragons and fighting dragons. They're riding in with the sword of truth. I kind of figured the reason the Leo is intentionally not thinking anymore about someone or something that was unpleasant, and the reason they're only thinking about manifesting, it takes the pressure away. And it also, think of like guilt as like a big old heavy rock. And if the Leo had been, every time they would remember this was big, whatever this was, it was a big deal. It was something that has remained in, Leo's memory for a long time, because that moon says it's been in the subconscious, and it means that they had to fly away from it. And you can see that they're flying away from a big old battlefield. I'm going to say it was something that really hurt the Leo. That, even if they were like, I can't believe somebody could do me that dirty, and they don't even say sorry, it's like the guilt that character may have genuinely felt. Leo was shouldering half of the weight of that big old huge heavy burden. Every time they think about it and remember it, it's like they would take some of that weight. Leo's cutting themselves free of that. They're not carrying any of that weight anymore. They're not thinking about it anymore. They're being guided away from it. And so now what happens to all that weight? Who's supporting it now? The individual that caused the hurt and the pain. And now what is it making them do? It's making them finally have to deal with this thing. I don't know if Leo had kept thinking about it. I don't know that the character would have ever chosen to actually take responsibility and maybe take action. With the fact that they're riding dragons and this is Year of the Dragon, there's way too many dragons, way too many swords of truth coming at me in this story for me not to think that there is a massive change going on for Leo, and Leo's exit, Leo's cutting themselves free of something, is leaving the burden squarely on the shoulders of the individual who needs to actually clean it up and deal with it. They need to take responsibility and move forward. So is that what they're doing? With the Chariot, I don't know if this means they're coming in to say sorry to Leo. We have Queen of Wands. Well, they're headed for the Leo. I knew this was going to happen. I knew as soon as the Leo is moving on, is only focusing on their own success, only focusing on their own Eight of Wands, they are coming in to try to talk to this Leo. Now, at this point in time, this Leo has some kind of Eight of Wands is action taking and it's communication, but the Leo has these little beautiful energy boundaries around them right now, this beautiful white light that surrounds them. I don't think that this character is coming in to cause any more grief to the Leo, but they are coming in to talk to the Leo. Now, will Leo allow them to speak to them? Because they have those boundaries of white light that surround them, which is probably also part of this dragon that they're creating in that swirling orb around them. We've got the circular protection energy twice that I see in this. I said, what will happen? We have a 7 of Swords. There will not be any space for any untruth or any lie. There will not be, it's almost like if this character does step forward to finally speak to the Leo, if they have anything, even a little teeny tiny bit, not 100% true, I don't believe that they will be energetically permitted to even get close enough for Leo to see their face. I think we have the Hanged Man, and it is in the reverse. They know this also. They have to come clean about some kind of lie that they told, and it's time for them to come in and speak the truth. What is the truth that they have to speak? I'm sorry, we were so on, Leo's, manifestation, and I still say that's what the primary aspect of the storyline is. But what we're seeing is because Leo is setting all of their goals for all these different things that they want to do, maybe each month, and they're taking their mindset off of someone who did them dirty. This is what's happening behind the scenes. That person who did them dirty, that situation, I'm going to say it's a person. That person is coming forth to tell Leo the truth about something. What is the truth about? We have a 10 of Wands. We have a 10 of Pentacles. And we have the 8 of Pentacles in the reverse. They have been ashamed of themselves for a very, very, very long time. The lies that they told might have had to do with maybe this is somebody who already had some duties, some involvement. We see like a whole happy little family here. Maybe this person gave Leo the impression that they were single when they weren't. Maybe this person was already very much invested elsewhere and they could not invest with Leo. With that 8 of Pentacles in the reverse, it's the reason why they didn't. And it's been a heavy burden on them. Okay, but why are they coming back in to speak this truth now? That they had some obligation or they had some responsibility. Oh, because now they want to be a King of Wands. What happened to their obligations? Hope, Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. I'm sorry, but I can't read it any way other than what I see. To me, this looks like we have a character who they really did want to be with the Leo once upon a time. They have carried a ton of burden over the fact that they did not work on things with the Leo, but it was all because of family related. This could have been they needed approval from the family. This could have been anything like that. Now something has changed where everything that they were either giving their energy to or trying to gain approval for has been raised to the ground. And what's left is, but I really wanted to be with the Leo. I wanted to all along. I almost feel like there was a serendipitous situation that occurred. It's weird because it's almost like this tree of life, this hope that one day they would be able to finally begin something with the Leo, even though this is a long shot. They hope for a new beginning that they do not believe that they're going to receive from the Leo. We've got the Hermit, we've got the Wheel of Fortune, we have the 3 of Wands. Anything is possible in the future. There is something about a change of energy. Remember, the Leo is in a completely different vibe right now. There is a time period where the Leo has been alone and they've been planning this whole other life. And then it's like, wait, what? What do you mean they're showing up to finally set something right with me, to finally be honest about something? Something has changed in their life. Now is the right time. Leo stops on this solo journey that they've been headed down, one that's exciting, one that's full of their own, pursuits. But they look back over their shoulder and it's like, wait a minute, now is the right time for this? We got to do a part 2 because I can't see how this is going to go yet. All right, you guys, the free link will be in the description box for part 2. I'll see you there. Bye.